then there shouldn't be any contradiction between the word and nature. But in the Old Testament as well as in the New Testament, we find references to nature which have been positively proved wrong. There are some things which are not understood by people of certain time. I'm not talking of that. I'm talking of certain things which have been positively proved wrong by the study of nature. So it is impossible. So instead of taking this attitude towards Bible, that the whole book was man-made, was false, was in fact concocted by some person who was unholy, the Holy Quran gives us a solution, and it helps us understand and respect the previous books. The Holy Quran is the only book, in fact, which has referred to books other than itself. No other book has ever done it in the world. This is a very interesting phenomenon. But why I can speak of that later on, not here. But the fact is, it speaks of other books with respect. It solves the contradictions by declaring that the contradictions were not found in the original purity, but they entered later on, at different ages. So, when we find contradictions in the books of New Testament, St. John says something different, something else, and Mark says something else, and Luca says something else. Now the scholars also, the Christian scholars, have studied these contradictions, and they have begun to understand the phenomena as the Holy Quran told 1400 years ago. They are exactly saying the same thing. That it is not what St. John said, for instance. It was added at 200 years later. It was not what Mark said. It was not found in the original books, which they have studied, which have been unearthed. Many scripts, have been unearthed. For instance, from the Dead Sea Scrolls and other revelations. They have come to study and compare and declare positively now that a passage found in the New Testament was introduced much later, hundreds of years later, by those scholars who held certain views. And to prove their viewpoint, they referred things to the Bible which had never been there in the original. That's one instance, But there's so many. For instance, look at the concept of Adam, the creation of Adam in the Old Testament. How Eve was created from his rib, as if he was the very first man, created from clay and then suddenly turned into a man. All this has been negated totally by the Holy Quran as well as by the study of nature. Then look at the concept of Satan going into dialogue with Adam and telling him that this is the tree of eternity. If you eat of this fruit, you will become one of the eternals and you will begin to see light, right from the wrong. And the God tells him it is the tree of death. Don't eat. According to the Bible, Satan appears to be the right in this respect. And God seems to be false. Actually, it transpires later on that Satan was so right. And God has to confess later on, yes, having eaten the fruit of this tree, they have become one of us. And they have become eternal. So it's impossible that God should have said this, speaking of truth and being truth and telling us to abhor falsehood. In the very first chapter of creation, he says that Satan, who is cursed for all times to come, he was truthful, and the Creator, your God, was false. He cheated mankind and Satan wanted to make them wise about it. So all these things, later on when we study, appear to be so false, so impossible, that either we have to reject the entire book as such, or to have some explanation. So the Holy Quran has helped Bible in this respect. Among those people who had nothing to do with Bible, directly or indirectly. But it is a blessing. Now our outlook about the world religions is so compromising. Now we understand that initially the truth was revealed by God without any mixture of falsehood or anything. It was just pure truth. It was the interpolation by man which started changing things. And the researches I have referred to, made by the Christian scholars and some other scholars in other religions, are bringing more and more evidence to surface, which proves the claim of the Holy Quran to be correct.
Thank you. May I come back on that?
Please.
Yes, thank you. Like you, I mean, my heart is set in serving the God I know. And the only way I can know God, Allah, is through what He has revealed. Yes?
Beg your pardon?
The only way we can know about God is through what God has revealed.
How can we know that? Is that the question?
No, I'm stating that that's my understanding of any man's walk with God, with Allah, is on the basis of what God, Allah, has revealed to us. Yes. And my problem is, you see,
yes.
You refer to original versions of this Bible, which do not contain all these supposed contradictions. I've never yet found one. The Dead Sea Scrolls and the Qumran Scrolls have the same Greek and Hebrew text that this is based on. There's some in the University of Cambridge Museum, the British Museum, you've probably been there, there's a number. But yet there's this claim that somehow they've become corrupt. And my question is when and where are these originals? Because I'm sure God would not have allowed himself without
Yes.
a witness.
The fact is that by the passage of time, new light is being thrown on this subject of progressive corruption of the book, both the Old Testament and the New Testament. And this phenomena is a universal phenomena, which is a psychological phenomena. And it has to be like this. The fact is that when you build something, by the passage of time, decay overpowers it and begins to interfere here and there and change the shape of the original building. Sometimes it demolishes into ruins, the natural phenomena of decay. Sometimes people go on erecting things, but the ultimate shape is so totally different from the original one that it's unrecognizable. Now this phenomena is not only common to inanimate articles and inanimate things. The same phenomena is working with the animates and with the human psyche. If you understand the philosophy of the reaction of human beings to any religion, then you will understand this phenomena and it won't appear to be so perplexing. You don't have to investigate when this happened. Only you have to believe and you realize that this did happen and has to happen. The phenomena is this, that when a prophet comes, people of the age have gone so much away from religious yoke, from discipline imposed upon them by a foreign being, that they are not in a mood to accept a messenger in the name of a higher authority whom they cannot see, whom they cannot hear directly. So anybody who claims becomes or appears at least to them as an impostor. So they reject him, they oppose him, they show all hostility that can be shown to man. But once they begin to accept him, ultimately because God's will be done, then there is a total transformation in their attitude.